trained that lady and I left. But I left crying. I cried from Gara to Embakasi. I used to live in Embakasi. Actually, in a matatu, I remember one woman asked me, "What are you crying?"
Tuko family, welcome to this episode of My Story, and today we are having it right here in the studio. Feels good to be in studio anyway. My studio excitement aside, we are here today to listen to the story of one lady, wonderful guest we have today by the name Grace, to hear her tribulations in the hands of her office lover and his family. My name is Kingori Wangeshi, and you're?
Grace Wangeshi Kihianyu.
So today we are twinning in names. Grace, welcome to Tuko.
Thank you.
Now, please tell us more about yourself.
My name is Grace Wangeshi Kihianyu, an accountant by profession and a mother of one baby.
Where do you live in this country?
Okay, currently I'm living in Kasarani, Nairobi, with my friend, but I was born and raised in Nyandarua County. So Nairobi, I came searching for greener pastures.
Now, as you search for greener pastures, what are you doing currently?
Currently, let me say, I'm doing nothing.
But your story begins from somewhere that you're working.
Yeah.
Let's get there.
Okay, it was back in 2012. That is when it started. But before that, let me start by when I started working in that company. It was back in 2006. And it was so good when I started. Very nice. I wouldn't complain. But it reached a point I could no longer understand people there. People just started to discriminate me over the others. They wouldn't talk to me. In that time, remember, I was pregnant with my that baby. The baby I was talking about, I was pregnant. But due to stress, when I was in my third trimester, my BP rose, blood pressure, it rose, and I had to be hospitalized. That is emergency. It was emergency. So when I was hospitalized, I was diagnosed with a very bad condition called preeclampsia. I went to the theater, I delivered my baby girl. So along the way, my baby became like very, what would I call it? Restless. Somehow restless, like hyper. I met a small lady, small lady. She was the one who diagnosed my baby with autism. I didn't want to just talk much about the daddy, but let me say he was an absent daddy. And unfortunately, he used to work with the company. He was a boss in the office that I was working in, and he was a boss. And he was among those people who used to discriminate me.
And he's the father to your baby? The
father to my baby, or my husband then.
Yes.
Because we came to part now later on. We parted ways later on.
Were you living together while you're working for the same company?
Yeah, but we lived together for just a short time, let me say. He would act like very abnormal because he left me in his house in Nyao Estate. If you know Nyao Estate in Embakasi, he has a house there. So he left me there while I was pregnant alone. And funny enough, he was living in Nairobi. After I delivered, instead of him taking care of me with the baby, he took me to his brother's house.
To be taken care of by the
brother's wife.
Okay.
So when I was taken there, obvious as a human being, you feel not so good when somebody is doing that to you. First of all, he left you in the house, his house, and went to live somewhere else. And then now, after you delivered, he has taken you to another place to live there. At the end of the third month, he came and told me, now I had talked with my brother and the wife earlier on. And we agreed at the end of the third month, you vacate from here. So that means the baby was 3 months old. Now I am to go.
Yeah. Where are you going?
I had to rent out now because he already has the key to his house, so I had to rent out. And that time the baby, now she was not badly off that time at 3 months. She was okay, she would behave like a normal kid. So I thought my baby all along was normal. Only to come and realize later the baby was not normal. She reached her milestones very late. Like she started sitting when she was, I think, 8 months old, sitting now without any support. She started teething, was also late. Everything was late. Even walking. We had to like go for therapies. So I used to have a therapist who used to come in my house every Saturday. And the therapies were too painful for the baby. She used to cry. So as a mother, I used to get so much affected by that. I used to cry also when my baby was crying. So it reached a point, I told God, no, this is too much for my baby. I don't want my baby to go through this again. So I stopped the therapies and I told God, you are the one to make my baby now to walk. By God's grace, the baby started walking by herself. I think when she was almost 3 months. Everything of her, 3 years of her was late. Even growing hair, it started growing like when she was 3 years old. So it reached a point now the HR, now for the group, came and told me one morning, now Grace, you're supposed to write a resignation letter.
Why?
I asked myself the same question, but I wouldn't question anybody. No one would listen to me. So he started telling me, just write a resignation letter and give it to me. That time, you remember, I don't have any strength left. I am staying there because I don't have a choice. Now somebody comes and tells me, I need you to resign. What to? The first thing that came in my mind is resigning is the best thing. And it had reached a point when I went to that company, I would not even be able to come to work early because I was so much stressed. No one is seeing what you are doing. You are doing everything by yourself because the company was big anyway, but you're doing by yourself everything. No one is recognizing your efforts.
And here you were told to resign.
Yeah, you are told to resign. And to make matters worse, they brought somebody, I should train her. I trained that lady and I left. But I left crying. I cried from Gara to Embakasi. I used to live in Embakasi. Actually, in a matatu, I remember one woman asked me, what are you crying? I said, no. And I started like wiping away the tears. Now I have a baby who now she's in and out of the hospital all the time. And the daddy is not really concerned. It is you go to the hospital, tell him now the bill is like, and it is not calling because he blocked me. I text him. So, but I said, now if I ask myself so many questions, they are not helping me. So what should I do? Get to Nyeri town, look for a job. By God's luck, I got, which was paying too little. I wouldn't even mention the salary I was getting there. But I did it for my baby.
And your husband is in Nairobi and earning $500,000.
Yes, $500,000. And right now, my baby is already needing a lot of things because now she's grown. She wants education now, though now you see she's autistic. So unless I get her a special school. Special schools, they're expensive. So I went looking for a special school. I landed into one and I talked to the principal. She said she would enroll the baby to that school. The school fees was 20,000 per term. So I told the daddy. So the daddy told me it's fine. Okay, I told him to look for a school for the baby, but he wouldn't do anything for that baby. So he refused, because in Nairobi there are so many better schools.
Did he pay?
Yeah, he started paying, but now it was hectic. It's like, I asked for the money today, he will stay for 45 days without paying. So I told now the daddy, no, you know what? Me, I'm tired. It has been like 9 years down the line, still going through the same. I never offended you in any way, as far as I can remember. So why are you treating me like this? I told him, you know, you have never appreciated any effort from me. Even staying with that baby, feeding her, it is an effort to be appreciated. So at the end of the term, go for your baby. I'm not going to get her from the school. At the end of the term, when the school called me to get the baby, I didn't go. So the dad fueled his car and went for the baby. And when he was going, my sister called me and started abusing me, because they told the daddy to go for the baby. And this time, you know, I'm depressed. So I am ready even to hang myself.
He has taken the baby?
Yes.
And gone with her?
Yeah.
Where is the baby right now?
We speak? The baby as we speak is with the family.
His family?
Yeah, his family. Yes.
What happened now that, at that, you never took back the baby?
He never used to talk to me. I think at some point now, I think, you know, sometimes guilt eats somebody. He started texting me, I think, in August last year, because when he took the baby was last year, June. Okay, I texted him, I asked him, do I have permission to come and see the baby? He said if you had a very good head, you'd come along with the baby. That time she was coming. I said, let me keep quiet, because he has been abusing me so much, used to abuse me so much. So I said, let me keep quiet so he don't start abusing me. I don't want stress anymore. So later on is when I was called by somebody, I don't know who it was, and told me Fulani is not well. Now the father of the baby, because he called on a private line. So I was like, huh? Now I asked that person, where is he sick? Then he just hanged. So I was like, how would I know? Should I call him, or what should I do? I was like, let me not call him. I don't want any other abuses. So I kept quiet. This year around, I was able to secure another job. Now the one in an audit firm here in town in Nairobi. So while I was working there, I was being sent to one of our clients in Westlands. So when I was coming, I received a call from a friend, and she told me Fulani is normal. But I told the friend, now, you know me, I can't go to the burial. I can't. And you know the reasons. I don't want to go there and get discriminated. It feels so bad. The discrimination part can make you even commit suicide. So I told her, I'm not going to the burial. And it was like that. Okay, deep inside me, I was hurting. No one would want somebody to die. So I was hurting inside, but again, I wouldn't tell anyone. I wouldn't share with anyone. So being on a Sunday, the boss called me and told me, now, Grace, you heard about some this and this? Yeah, I heard. And now the burial is on Wednesday. So I told him, okay, I'm not going to attend the burial. Why? I said, just personal, and you also know, maybe you could be knowing also. So he told me, no, Grace, you have to go. Actually, he provided for a vehicle to take me there. But still, when I went there, I was told the words that were not so good. So I came.
Did you see your baby?
I saw my baby. I saw my baby, yes, but they wouldn't allow me to get near her. I just left. But until today, I'm hoping that one day I'll get that baby. And I know God works his ways. I know one day I'll get a job that I would work and no one would discriminate me, because I really need that job. If I'm to get the baby back, I need the job even to raise that baby. But the boss was so nice to me. Let me say this: he was so nice to me, and in fact, we talk with him, and I'd asked him if he would give me a job, but he has not responded. But I'm hoping somebody will come in for me and give me a job. Yeah.
And you also hope to see your baby, and
Yeah,
would
I
you
hope
want
to
to
see
stay
my
with her, or you would want her to continue staying with the family but still see her?
No, I want to stay with my baby. She's everything. She's all I have right now. The baby daddy is gone, so I need my baby to stay with. Yeah.
So as a mother, how do you feel when you know that your baby is somewhere but you do not have access to her?
At times I cry at night alone and just tell God, allow it, make it possible for me to reunite with my baby. Yes, I took care of her for 10 years until now the daddy would not let me stay with her anymore because of what he was taking me through, making me go through. Yeah.
How old is she now?
She'll be 11 we are on September.
Yes.
Next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please give us your contact so that anyone who would help you to either have access to your baby or provide you with an opportunity.
Yeah.
You said you have done auditing and accounting.
Yeah, and accounting.
Those are your skills.
Yeah.
Please give us your contact.
Okay, my contact is 0722 299 803. And maybe I could repeat 0722 299 803.
Registered under
Grace Wangeshi.
Kihianyu.
Kihianyu. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Grace,
Yeah.
for sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
And we pray that you'll get to feel the pride of motherhood and the warmth of motherhood when you reunite with your child.
Okay.
There are no cases, are there?
No.
It's just them
with her
keeping the baby and you separated.
Yeah.
All right.
There are no issues.
You've not reached out to the company that your late husband was working for to understand whether there were benefits for his family, like your child would get anything?
The boss called me and he asked for the ID photocopy and the KRA pin. So they're in the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. That is the story of Grace Wangeshi Kihianyu. As a mother, all she is asking for is to reunite with her child so that she can bring her up as she would want now that the father is normal. In as much as they had differences, she still wants to be Nancy's mother. My name is Yvonne Wangeshi. This has been my story right here on Tuko. Thank you so much for your support.